That's Fighter Not a Lover by the Neighborhood Bullies right here on That Modern Rock Show, and you've heard that song many, many times on this radio station. We've got the Neighborhood Bullies on the phone with us right now. Let me get straight exactly who I'm talking to.
This is I'm Davey, and there's Brian, and then there's Greg from the Neighborhood Bullies.
Greg.
That's an awesome song. Is a little story, anything you can tell us about that song? Are there heart-wrenching details or anything like that?
No, it's about sex. It's pretty obvious it's about sex.
And that brings me to track 2.
What is the name of track 2?
It's Do You Have a Boyfriend? And Ghosty. We don't have to explain that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then, in actual fact, you could look at these 3 titles, and it sort of tells a story. A Fighter Not a Lover, Do You Have a Boyfriend? I'm Bored, Let's Fight.
I don't know if you realize it, but our 3-song maxi single, or EP, is a rock opera in itself.
It is sort of a very, very condensed rock opera.
Absolutely.
But, it tells a story.
It's the beginning and the middle and the end.
I have to say, it's not exactly it's not a happy ending, really. But it
depends on how you look at it.
It depends on how you look at it. I don't know who wants to start here. Tell me a little bit about how the band got together, the Neighborhood Bullies.
How did we bring that back? We met about 20 minutes ago, right before the interview. I called my friend Greg and my friend Brian and said, will you guys pretend to be in the band? Let's try the true story. You ready?
Let's go.
Brian and I have been on tour with artists like Shelby Lynn and Peter Case and the Plimsolls.
No one cares about that. Boring.
Brian and I are old friends, and we stole Greg from another band. It's pretty simple.
Oh, man.
I was playing with Greg in another band, and I told Davey, you got to have this kid.
So you were sort of
that sounded so sexual. You got to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I told him he was a great guitar player.
Is that really what was? Is that really what was going on? It was all actually this band is a prelude to some sort of sexual conquest. This is cruising.
No, not at all. Not even a little.
Oh man,
who were you guys listening to? Who are you?
We're like a cross between Ike and Tina Turner.
I see. He's like
Tyke
Tyke Turner.
I've been listening to the Flaming Groovies.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And Blondie.
I just got the new Black Rebel Motorcycle Club album. I like it. I know Davey hates them. Oh, sorry, maybe I didn't say that. We argue about. Davey's always like, Greg, why are you listening to that, man? That stuff's not cool. Davey just came in my room.
What are you talking about, man? He's just making tons of stuff up. What if we're going to open for Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Greg?
Okay. Well, no, Davey loves them. I'm just kidding.
You're fired. Greg just got fired on the air.
Wow. We've never had that happen before.
Does anybody in Teaneck play lead guitar?
So what exactly is going on right now? You guys, you sound like you live very much like the Monkees lived on their fictional television show. It sounds like it's reality.
We live like monkeys. We live in Hollywood in a small shotgun shack.
I see. Sort of like the kind Elvis's father built. You know?
We only go out when we're playing. If we're not playing, then we have story time, and then we have warm milk time, and then we get tucked in and to our beds. I have a D over my bed, and Brian has a B over his bed, and Greg has a G, and we say good night.
Davey puts really good weed in the cookies.
Greg, you're fired. I'll tell you this, I can't even do that, you guys. I mean, I can't do that. I don't like that stuff. Greg, what are you doing, man?
I'm pushing Davey's buttons. I'm not even the guitar player. I'm just the guy that annoys Davey. It's
so
really fun.
Is there some of this interplay on stage? Some of this banter?
No, it's more of a tight control, like Cobra, like from G.I. Joe, like the way.
Davey once hit me in the side of the head with his bass, and he pretty much whipped me in line at that point. I've been hit with guitars before, but a bass, it's just a big piece of metal and wood, and when it hits the side of your head, it makes a lasting impression. It's kind of the way James Brown would dock $5 if you messed up. If you mess up with Davey, he docks 5 pounds of flesh. So,
jeez.
So we're a really tight band.
I would say, I mean, this is just my opinion, and, take it for what it is, but maybe moving in together wasn't all that great of an idea, basically.
I'm actually looking for another place.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard
Greg's girlfriend is never out of the place. It's like she lives there.
Oh, there we
Davey,
go.
You know, Davey, she's not that fond of you, to be honest.
She should pay some rent. She should pay some of the bills.
You know what? Maybe she will when you leave.
I've never had a band crumble like this on the show. This is
Sad thing about all this is we're best friends, man. And we're all we got.
That's Do You Have a Boyfriend, track 2 on this mini concept album by the Neighborhood Bullies, all 3 songs of it, and they're with us right now. By the way, website info and all that stuff, like where do they catch up with you? Of course, I found you guys on Facebook, so I know you're there. Where else?
Well, you know, if you go to our Facebook site, you can hook up to our website. You can hook up to our Twitter site. And is it Tweeter or Twitter? And you could hook up to our...
I think it's actually...
See, he's always going in that direction. You notice?
I notice. He's fired when this interview's over.
I thought we were a band, like one for all for one. Nobody can get fired.
I'm with Brian. Brian, you want to kick Davey out of the band instead?
Yeah. Davey, you're out.
Davey.
It's a mutiny.
We got enough songs to last for a few years.
Me and Brian are starting a band with my girlfriend.
And she's going to be hot, which is not what we can say about Davey.
Right.
You guys are also on MySpace, I think, right?
Yeah, but we don't even know what's going on with that,
man.
There goes our MySpace crowd.
Oh, you'll never open for them either.
All 2 of them?
I just have a couple more questions, and I'm going to wrap it up for you. My first question is, would any of you guys ever dress up like Ace Frehley and take his place?
Absolutely. I'll do it right now.
Davey's always telling me to play like Ace Frehley. I'm
like, will you please just play like Ace, for God's sakes? I just saw Ace Frehley. I just saw Frehley's Comet like a year and a half ago on Halloween.
Awesome. How was it?
It was awesome. Hey, Brian, our friend Scotty, was playing drums with him.
I know. Scotty Coogan.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He's a badass.
Brian, that's another bad word.
Unfortunately...
But you can't say it if it's preluded by the word bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to tell you, Coogan, we can't say.
He's gonna love to hear that.
Funny, man.
Would you guys ever have a flexi disc sold in a box of cereal?
Absolutely, man. I still have like 8 of those.
That's a great idea.
Are they?
Greg, do you know what a flexi disc is, Greg?
I don't know.
Okay, it's like on a thin piece of paper like vinyl that you can like bend and it can make S's out of it.
Is it a choking hazard?
Yes, that's why they stopped
Then we can definitely put it in.
It played music, Greg. You put it on your record player and you put your needle on it and it played.
I think I actually know what you're talking about now that you've described.
I have one out of an Oldsmobile catalog, and it has a song called Oldsmobility.
Holy wow, I love it.
We should cover that.
Anyway,
I don't know,
guys.
Ghosty, I really want to thank you for giving us the opportunity in your territory and for breaking our stuff in your territory. We really do appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it.
See you next time.